standing here outside Maple Leaf Gardens, where in 1967 the Toronto Maple Leafs defeated the Montreal Canadiens 3-1 to win their 13th Stanley Cup. That was the last cup of the original six era and the last time the Maple Leafs have won a cup, 54 years ago. So to show how long that this stretch of losing has been for the Leafs, I'm going to start right here out front of Maple Leaf Gardens where the Leafs last won the cup and drive 1 kilometer north up Yonge Street for each year it's been since the Leafs last won. That's going to be 54 kilometers. I'm going to end up way north of Toronto. It's going to be almost to the end of Yonge Street, I think. So this is going to be a long journey, and it's just going to be very disappointing to see how far away we end up if the Leafs happen to move 1 kilometer for every year since we last won the cup. I don't think they'd be Toronto anymore. So yeah, let's head right out to it. Alright, so here we are. Maple Leaf Gardens is right there. I'm going to reset my odometer to 0. There we are. So just look here, 0 kilometers. When that hits 54, it means we're done. So let's see how long this takes. It's currently 1:26. So let's see how this goes. So after the famed 1967 victory, it's unsurprising that the Leafs didn't win immediately following, as they won that cup with what was dubbed the over-the-hill game, as it was a very old team of veterans. They were not expected to win that year, as they were seen to be too old. Following the 1967 season, of course, was the expansion of the NHL, a lot of new teams coming in, a lot of younger talent being added to the league, and it was too much for the over-the-hill game. So immediately not winning a cup within a few years of 1967 made sense. I don't think anyone expected, though, just exactly what would occur past then, as now, sitting 54 years later, the Leafs still have not won a cup, and in fact are in probably their worst run ever right now, having not won a playoff series since 2004. So, 2 kilometer update. We're north of Bloor already. We're at a stoplight here at Roxborough. What I wanted to talk about the statistics of this Leafs losing run and the probabilities of it, because I wanted to look at the probabilities of how possible is it that we've done 54 years without winning a single Stanley Cup. So, assuming every team in the NHL had an equal chance of winning the cup each year, and adjusting obviously for different teams being in different amount of teams in the NHL every season, it appears that the chances of the Leafs going 54 straight years without winning a cup is just 8.6%. That's actually not as low as I would have thought, but it's still incredibly low. What's even more amazing, though, is the expected cups, where if you assume that the Leafs every year, like starting in 1968, where they would have a 1 in 12 chance of winning, to now where they'd have a 1 in 31 chance of winning, adding up the probability of them winning each year, it's expected that by now they would have won 2.3 Stanley Cups. So really, it would have been easier, probability-wise, for the Leafs to have won 2 cups in this span since 1967 than even 1. So the fact that they've won none in that span really is amazing. And, well, like, amazing for all the wrong reasons, but amazing nonetheless. Kilometers in, and we are now approaching the worst intersection in Toronto, in my opinion, Yonge and Eglinton. I'm scared. Oh boy.
You see the crane.
Like 6-7 minutes to get 0.7 kilometers. Oh boy. And that is 10 kilometers, which means we are now in 1977, the midst of the Harold Ballard years. Damn that owner. So that Taco Bell right there sells beer. It's a magical thing, from my knowledge. I don't know how many of them do that. So yeah, if anyone's ever in Toronto at Yonge and Shepherd and you're looking for a Taco Bell that sells beer, right there.
Fucking wings.
That is Steeles. We are about to cross this intersection and then we are officially out of Toronto in 15.8 kilometers. We still have a long way to go, and here we are, officially out of Toronto into the great unknown, as they say. Actually, nah, it's Richmond Hill. Checking in here at 21.2 kilometers in, just over 20 kilometers, we're in Richmond Hill. I wanted to bring up one more thing about the Leafs run since 1967, and that is, since 1967, the Leafs have only had 8 individual player or coaches awards. In their entire history, they have had 33. So the vast majority have come, obviously, prior to 67. Also, they've never had a player win the Art Ross Trophy. The last time a Leaf led the league in scoring was Gordie Drillin in the 1937-38 season, prior to the creation of the Art Ross Trophy. And Austin Matthews winning the Rocket Richard this year was the first time a Leaf A won the Rocket Richard, but also the first time a Leaf led the NHL in goals since the 45-46 season when Gay Stewart did it. Just a lack of power, of star power on the Leafs. It's honestly obscene how the richest team in hockey can consistently, for years, not have a true superstar up until now, honestly. Alright, we're just nearing 30 kilometers, and I think we're just passing out of Richmond Hill. 30 kilometers right there. Still got another 14 to go. We are significantly north of Toronto. It's now 2:40, so we've been at this for about an hour and 20 minutes of straight driving, and we're still have another 14 kilometers going. Why has this been so long? New York? How the hell you end up here? I thought Trudeau wasn't letting any Americans cross the border now. Thanks, Trudeau. Oh look, there's a Portugal flag on that car. Euro Cup fans out in force right now. We've seen a couple Italian flags, Portugal too. The Italians are coming out in force for Euro. When you see a car with an Italian flag on it, it's never just an Italian flag. You always have the hood ornament, or like the hood flag, and then multiple window flags. It's a sight to see during the World Cup and the Euros there.
Italian pride.
Home of Stanley Cup champions Robert Thomas and Barclay Goodrow. Okay, we're we're just about to pass right there, 40 kilometers. Now we have 14 to go. I said 14 last time at 30. That was my mistake. Now, on top of the Leafs having not won a cup since 1967, which is a tragic run, no Canadian team has won a Stanley Cup since 1993, which was 28 years ago, which is amazing because a lot of other Canadian teams fans are giving us flack, and like at this point 54 years is just the longer of many long depressing streaks. What's amazing about the Canadian one though is the fact that it's been so long that there was 8, then 7, then 6, then 7 again Canadian teams, as it's been so long that the Winnipeg Jets disappeared and then came back and played for 10 years and no Canadian team still won the cup. And that run is actually more statistically improbable than the Leafs not winning a cup in 54 years. For the 8, 7, 6, 7 Canadian teams, all assuming every team had an equal chance of winning the cup in each season, for all those Canadian teams to go 28 now straight years without winning the cup, the odds of that happening is 0.099%. Less than 0.01% chance of not a single Canadian team winning a cup for 28 years straight. The expected number of cups at that time by Canadian teams is just over 6, so each of the 6 Canadian teams minus the Jets that disappeared for a bit of time should have won the cup all at least one time during this time frame. So the fact that all of Canada has gone now 28 years, which ironically is the same amount of time that Gary Bettman has been the commissioner of the NHL for, and haven't won a cup, it's obscene, and really statistically so improbable that it makes you think that in Gary Bettman's quest to make the game more popular in the States, is he sacrificing Canadian teams winning the cup and making it harder than it should be for Canadian teams to win the Stanley Cup.
It's a farm.
It's a farm! We made it out of the city! Yeah! Only 47 kilometers of driving and there's a farm! And there we are off the main road onto extended Yonge Street. We're at 52.5 kilometers. We're almost there. Wherever there is going to be. I have no clue what is going to be at the exact 54 kilometer point from Maple Leaf Gardens. We've officially entered small town Ontario, I believe. It's a vibe. Took a long time to get out of the city. Took until after Newmarket. Took until after turning off the Yonge Street, and we're still in like very populated area. I think we've seen like 2 farms total. 53 kilometers now. We're almost at the magical point. Oh, there's a stop sign coming up. I think after this stop sign, this is the last 4-way intersection on Yonge Street, if I'm correct, on at least the main area of Yonge Street, not the Yonge Street extension. So I'm gonna have to do a little doopsie doodle around here because this does look like a main road. Where do I want to end up? Ooh, I'm gonna have to take a left and then a right up there. Turning on, no exit on Yonge Street, 53.6 kilometers in. So we literally, had we done this a year or 2 later, would have ran out of road. That's kind of incredible that it's been that we're that close to this now. 53.8. 53.9. We're nearing the end here. There we are. 54 kilometers. I'm gonna pull off to the side here. This is it. This is the end. 54 years, Leafs us on the cup. And we are now 54 kilometers away up Yonge Street from Maple Leaf Gardens. Let's get out and take a look around. So here we are, 54 kilometers out from Maple Leaf Gardens. This is just kind of more houses and stuff. That is the last intersection on Yonge Street. The end of Yonge Street is, I believe, 2 kilometers that way. And, well, this is kind of it. I guess if the Leafs moved a kilometer north for every year it had been since they last won the Cup, they'd be here. It's kind of amazing. It took almost 2 hours of driving to get here. It's been a long time. Really, really long time. Would have liked it for this to have been not 54. It's been 54. Why does this team do this to me? It's been so... Ironically, my mom's also 53 years old, so she's never seen them win, and she's the reason why I'm a Leafs fan. It's a long time. So the goal is for the Leafs to win the Cup before we get 2 kilometers that way, because if the Leafs go 2 more years before winning the Cup, we get to the end of Yonge Street. So that's the goal. 2 years now, you win a Cup, or you have moved a kilometer to the end of Yonge Street for every year it's been since they've won a Cup. It's a dead-end street, and there's like 5 cars going that way. We're gonna go see what's up at the end. We're gonna go see what's up at the end. Just because we're here, we might as well finish it and get to the end of Yonge Street. But guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Link is gonna be down below in the description. I will see you next time. I'm not gonna be driving 55 kilometers next year because we're gonna win next year. That's gonna be it. 54 kilometers. Unnecessary miles on the car.